Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Rebuild It. This is the episode we've been waiting a long time for. As you can see, we're not in our normal location, not in the shop at my house. Where are we?
We are at my house. As you can tell behind us is my Mustang that we rebuilt a year ago already.
Oh wow.
Can't believe that.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that long ago. So this week we're going to do the finale episode where we drive the ZR1 for the first time and hopefully try to do a launch and
price reveal and check it out on the highway, let it rip and just feel what 638 horsepower feels like on the road.
Yeah. So I'm anxious to do that, so what are we waiting on?
Nothing. Let's go.
Let's go.
When you drive a Chevrolet Corvette, something inside you changes. Some say it's not a change for the better. Alright, so we are in the 2010 ZR1 for the first time. We brought the car up here to Springfield to be able to take it to a Cars and Coffee. We have one of the largest ones, I think, in this half of Missouri. About 700 or so cars that come out to the first annual Cars and Coffee, and it's a really big, cool show. So probably going to have the only C6 ZR1 there, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, so we're just going to take it out for a test drive real quick on some public roads. This will be the first time that we've really driven it or ridden in it at all, just outside of, testing to make sure everything works correctly, like in parking lots and that kind of stuff. So
one thing I can tell you right now is the brakes are like, you just rest your foot on the pedal and you stop.
Those carbon ceramics, the 15-inch carbon ceramics, will put this thing to a halt real quick, especially with the 335 rear tires on it.
We're going through an area where we're doing like 40 right now, so I'm in third gear. So let's just kind of punch it and see what the acceleration feels like when you're able to.
I'm bracing myself. Okay, let's go.
Man.
And you didn't even shift. That was just third gear.
Third gear, and we went from 40 to 70 and whatever that time was.
That was about. I'll put it down at the bottom of the screen. How much time we just spent accelerating there?
It had to be like 1 second, 2 seconds or something. I mean, it throws you back.
The crazy thing is that this car, it's got the electronic exhaust system. I think we mentioned that before, but it's quiet until it hits 3,000 or 3,500 RPMs, and then it opens up. So it's like, it's a quiet, loud, and then it just is like, it hits you all at the same time.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's got 4 exhaust pipes, and the 2, I think, center ones have valves on them. And so it's electronically connected to our, you know, RPMs, and when it hits 3,000, everything opens up.
That was so much fun. I think we should do that again.
Let me get it down to second. Okay, ready?
Here we go. Every time you lift to shift, it's like
Man, this thing pulls.
wow.
Golly.
My wife is getting some video of the exterior of the car while we're driving, and she was like right behind us, and I just looked back and she's like a half mile back there. That's great.
I'm pretty sure this road we're on is all part of the old historic Route 66. There's like old gas stations and all sorts of cool stuff on this road. Look at that really cool gas station.
It's crazy that we would just happen upon this with no prompting whatsoever. Let's pull in here and break down the price and how much we spent on the Corvette, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it. So here we are with our total final cost of the Corvette. What it cost to buy it, build it, to where it is right now.
Including the carbon splitter that's not on yet because it's still being manufactured, and they do all those by hand, so it takes quite a while to actually make them.
Yep. So our winning bid on the Corvette, it's 2010 ZR1, was $31,250. But licensing and fees for doing all the inspections were $83.45. Tolls and tickets. I want to thank the state of New York and New Jersey for this little price tag, $129.65 for toll booths, and tickets for not going through the correct line in the toll booth.
Pulling a giant trailer
While
through
you're pulling a trailer through New York City. Okay, so, and here's the next biggest price that what it cost us to do something on this car was the frame straightening, $2,773.20, which if you had to add everything, that was probably the wisest money we spent. What do you think?
Because not only did he like completely totally fix the frame, he went through and checked everything like structural integrity on the entire car. And I mean, we know for a fact it was done right. He showed us everything. It looked phenomenal when he got it done. And we know that the car is 100% straight and true, even closer than factory specs because of how in tune his machine is.
Right. Oh, how much did you spend on your New Balances? We got to add that in.
Oh, these were $34.95.
I think mine were $17.50. Okay, next price was bumper and grill. So the bumper and the grill, everything that's on the bumper, didn't have to do anything to the lights down here. They were still good. But all that together was $1,251.45. The crash bar that was behind that, if you guys remember the part that was really hit, the aluminum piece that had to be cut out and re-welded in, just that crash bar was $451.28. Airbags, $279.99. Changed the oil and filter. You guys remember the video we did on that? $78.88 in oil and filter. The dash pad. This was the next biggest thing. Leather dash pad from GM, $1,800.
I remember the video we did specifically about that. There was a lot of people who commented and talked about how that was one of their favorite videos of the series, watching that. So that's cool.
It looks a lot more difficult than it really is, but you just take it step by step. It's interesting. That's probably one of my favorite parts of the build, is doing the interiors. I like that part. So the hood and the little glass window in the hood and all the little pieces of parts of the hood that were destroyed, $2,400. $2,743.33. Carbon fiber hood, and that was cheap for the hood because most of them were a lot more. That was the cheapest one I could find in the whole country.
Well, they skimped on packaging, so they saved a little bit of money.
Yeah, Body Man Mike knocked it out of the park. The paint, he only charged me $572
to paint a $120,000 supercar.
Yeah, and that's the way. I mean, Mike's just a good guy, and he always does a really good job and has fair prices. Windshield, $625 for the windshield. Okay, also we had to send the stuff off to Safety Restore, the airbag module and seat belt reset. That was $212.97. Headlights parts. Remember we did the video on how I think it was this one over here, where we changed the lens on the headlight, and so we kept the same headlight, but we had to use the guts from different ones and all that. Anyway, that was $265 by the time we got that finished.
How much was the mat?
The mat? Oh, that's in the headlight?
Mm-hmm.
That was free.
Oh, okay, good.
The window sticker that I had to buy that from the Corvette Museum. They have an archive, so you can order the window sticker. I don't know if there's any Corvette ever made, but from a certain year forward, I know, and that was $112. The alignment, anytime a car is hit in the front, it's always out of alignment. When you get finished, you take it, get in the line. That was $89.99. Miscellaneous parts, nuts, bolts, gaskets, just all the sorts of little things that you don't want to add all up. Was $389.92. And like Andy said earlier, I'm still waiting on the front splitter. That was $530, and it's been, I ordered it on January 30th, and this is April the 3rd. So, still waiting on that. You add all that together, you get $48,573.61. What do you think about that?
I still think there's no way in the world you could get this car for that amount of money.
The thing that I like about that is, about this price, is that, you know, if I just went, I would never be able to just, it allows me to be able to have a car and drive it, feel like what it experience what it feels like to drive something with that much power for that amount of money. You know, like I would have never been able to afford that car,
right?
You know, and that's what our channel does, and the rebuilding process it does for me. It lets me to experience cars that normally I could never experience without being wrecked.
Right.
I'm too cheap. So now let's get back on with the drive and maybe do a launch. Figure it out. Okay. Why don't you look in that manual and see if it tells how to launch it?
Yes, the manual. You have to have competitive driving mode selected. The vehicle is not moving. The steering wheel is pointed straight. The clutch is pressed and the vehicle is in first gear. The accelerator pedal is rapidly applied to wide open throttle.
Wide open throttle?
Wide open.
You ready?
Hold on.
Okay, so I have the steering wheel straight. Don't remember what else is it. Okay, first gear, steering wheel straight. Got sport, active handling on, traction control off. Supposed to give it full throttle and then let out quickly on the clutch, correct?
Correct.
Hold on. I don't know what my face looked like, but that was terrifying.
Yeah, you only do that one time. So this thing is nuts. After doing a launch control and just kind of feeling it on the highway, this thing has got power for days.
If you're not used to that, you're used to little cars like we rebuilt, the only one being the exception to me, but all the rest of them have been small little things. His has 400 something horsepower, and this is a 632 or 8 or something like that. It just, if you're not used to that, it catches you off guard, and you gun it and it throws you back into the seat. I mean, like, makes you one with the seat. It's just a different kind of experience, and so I'm glad I got to do that and feel what that was like. And
it's the closest thing I think will ever be to becoming an astronaut. And now it's my turn to drive the car.
All right, so this is the first time I've let anybody else drive this thing since you're partners in this rebuild project. You get to be the first one. You're paying the ticket.
So comparing this thing to the Mustang, which is what I daily, of course that's a 6-speed manual, and this is also a 6-speed manual. So this one, it's just twinge harder. An extra 250 horse will do that to you. So yeah, we're rolling on 335 rear tires, and they don't even hook all the time, especially if you just nail it. This thing rides and is so much lower to the ground, and it just feels like you're driving just this.
It feels like a race car.
Yeah.
It feels.
So we parked both cars in my garage last night, and the roof of this thing barely comes up over the top of the door panel where the glass is on my car.
And we've got it in the touring ride suspension right now. We only have it on sport, and you feel every little. You know, if there's a little wave in the road, I guess it's the width of the tires and stuff, but it just like pulls you all over the road. Wherever the road dips, you go that way. So you got to really hang on. It'd be cool to drive it on a track where it was all perfectly smooth and flat, you know?
That would be a blast. I wish we could do something like that. I wish we had a track close to here. We don't. Okay, I think I should probably either give the keys back to you or put it in the garage or something before we both end up going to prison.
I'll take them back.
Okay.
Well, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. That was a blast. Didn't you think so?
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was one of the coolest cars I've ever ridden in.
Yep. So we hope that you guys enjoyed this whole series on the ZR1, the whole rebuild. And next week we're back on the Porsche. And if you did enjoy it, give us a thumbs up below and make sure you subscribe, hit that button, and share us with your friends.
Also, Rebuild It hats are in the description as well. So if you want a sweet Rebuild It hat, don't forget to stop down below and get one of those too.
Now we're going to sign off because my knees are getting cold.
And always remember, don't retire it if you can rebuild it. See you guys next week. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in and watching this week's episode of Rebuild It. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any awesome content. Have a good one.